the second hour. Okay, you should contact madam after the class. All right. Don't post your attendance now because it is irrelevant to me. I will take attendance at the end of the class for my hour. For the first hour, you should contact Mrs. Sondra Devi. Okay, sir. Okay, Nikhil. Right. Okay. Okay, guys. Now, last week, I hope you remember, we meet only 1 hour, 50 minutes per week. So you have a lot of other papers. So I just want to remind you that I started off with what is aptitude, why aptitude is important, what is the meaning of aptitude. Does someone remember when I say the meaning of aptitude? Do you remember? What is the meaning of aptitude? What did I say? Anyone remembers the definition of aptitude? Okay. The meaning of aptitude is inherent ability. Inherent ability that all of us have, right? So this inherent ability should be activated through some activities. Otherwise, we will not be able to use many of the abilities that are inherent to us. And I have always found that this critical reasoning, logical reasoning, all these things actually help me to understand things better. We call it brain activation. What is brain activation? We allow our brain to think. We allow our brain to reason, to think logically by challenging. For example, in the previous class, you guys dealt with some shortcut methods of finding out some solution, right? In the same way, all these questions, it will challenge you. For example, these aptitude tests are time bound. In 1 hour, you will have to answer 50 questions or 40 questions. So what happens here? Your limits are challenged. You should you should fight against the time. You must be able to solve the problems before that. Right. So not all students will be good at it. Only those students who practice and who are trying to do things well, they will be able to do this better. When you become a software engineer, join a company, they will be looking for speed, agility in you. They don't want people who will take years to complete a project. Once you join a software company, they want speed. So what is required here? Your ability to think fast, to go on fast. Okay. So now let me continue here. Otherwise, we will miss. Do you remember these words which we saw in the last class? Do you remember them? Meaning of them? How many of them remember?
Some.
Some. Okay. I will go one by one. Anybody remembers? Do you remember the meaning of erudite? Guys, one thing I tell you.
Yes, sir.
Before I continue, the power is off in the campus right now. Okay, so there may be, if the power is not restored immediately, there may be a disturbance of internet or whatever. So in case there is some problem, I will give me some time. I will connect through. Okay, power is back. No problem. Power is back. Okay, what is the meaning of erudite? Learn it. Very good. Like a very knowledgeable person, right? Erudite. Extent.
Still existing.
Very good. Are you trying to answer me without checking any of the notes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Otherwise, why I am asking? Because I'm not assessing you. I just want you to remember these words. Okay, that's it. So that you activate your memory power. Loquacious.
Talkative.
Very good. Talkative. Ephemeral.
For a
Something
short
for
time.
very short
Short time,
existence.
Short time.
short lived. Corroborate.
To give proof or
Very good.
Justification.
Very good. Very good. To prove or to prove something with evidence. To make sure, to ensure. All of it.
creative.
Very good.
Creative.
Creative. Whenever you think of creative, you also must know creative people will be able to generate certain things in large numbers. For example, if somebody is a poet, he's a creative guy, he will be able to generate poems in large numbers. So you should always remember that too, right? Capricious.
Unsteady.
Very good. Unpredictable, unstable. Ambivalent.
Mixed feelings.
Mixed.
Mixed feelings, not sure, something like that. And soporific.
Boring.
Boring.
Boring, sleep inducing.
Sleep inducing.
Yeah. Pragmatic,
Something
Practical.
with a practical
very
Practical.
approach.
practical, very sensible, practical person. Good, good. Appreciate all your responses. I think some 4 or 5 students are responding. Others also try to participate because the problem with whether it is the regular class or online class, one thing that I always find is only those 10% of students in any class will respond. Uh, Mostly 75% of students will remain mute spectators in the class, right? But it is not possible for a teacher to make everyone speak when there is a group of 70 students in a classroom and the time given to me is only 40 to 50 minutes of time. It is very difficult to make everyone speak. So, even in online class, I encourage interaction. I want students to respond to me. In what way does it help you? If you do not respond to me, automatically your brain goes into a slumber. It starts becoming passive. So when you start responding to me like this, then you try to remember things, remember the meaning. That's how you activate your brain. So activating brain is an important thing, guys. If you allow your brain to become passive, even small things you will not be able to do in a few years' time. Have you seen young people not able to even perform some simple duties? The reason is these young people spend more time in browsing the mobile phones, websites, and everything. Watching this movie, Big Boss, that serial, this everything. What happens? Brain becomes empty. Brain becomes passive. So after a particular point of time, they will not be able to do even small things. That's why many psychologists and doctors strongly speak against children spending more time with mobile phones. You keep watching something, your brain goes into passive mode. That's why when we get into these activities, your brain is activated. So please keep that in mind always, right? I will share this PPT after the class, okay? To all my first years, I will share. So make use of it. Now, do you look at these sentences? I want to pick the first two sentences, okay? Listen to me carefully. I am picking the first two sentences. We will have no trouble understanding the meaning of it, but in some other way, these two sentences will fall into different categories. Can someone of you identify what is that category? You understand the meaning of it, no problem. You understand the meaning. But they fall into two other different things. Can you identify that? Guys, when you read these sentences, whatever you feel like you tell. Sir, this is what the difference is. Feel free. Even if your answer is wrong or incorrect, it's okay. Just tell me. The capital of Mexico is Mexico City. Mexico City is the best city in Mexico.
Sir, I think second sentence is continuation of first sentence.
Okay, okay, okay. But my question is, how do there are two different sentences falls under different categories? So can you identify that category? It's easy, guys. If you think a bit deeply, you will understand it.
I think the first sentence it's a fact,
Okay,
and the second sentence it varies from person to person.
it's an opinion or a judgment, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. You are right. You are right. You are right. Who said that? Who said this?
Aparna.
Aparna. Very good, Aparna. Appreciate that. And the previous answer, sir, the second one is the continuation of the first sentence. That's one way of looking at it. I appreciate him also for the response. But what Aparna says is exactly right. The capital city of Mexico is Mexico City, which is a fact. You cannot change it. Mexico City is the best city in Mexico. It can change from person to person. I may say Mexico City is the best city in Mexico, but you may say, no, sir, there is some other city. You may say Bombay is the best city in India. No, I will say Chennai is the best city. So that becomes the judgment. That becomes an opinion. So exactly what I am trying to say, fact or judgment. How many of us are able to distinguish between a fact and a judgment? How many of us are able to do that? Many a time we don't do that because people do not teach us to differentiate a fact and a judgment. When you watch a news channel today, I'm not just talking about India, I'm talking about any news channel all over the world. If you are not careful, you and I will be bombarded with so many opinions of people. Mostly TV channels are representatives of some political parties and they try to sell some agenda to the people. And people who think whatever they see is a fact, whatever they hear is a fact, they don't need any evidence. If TV channel shows something on their channels, people start believing it immediately. They do not make any inquiry into it, whether there is another side of the same story. People don't think. We buy information as they are presented. It goes on and on and on. Am I right? That's why recently I wrote a research paper on how to integrate critical thinking into English language teaching. I am an English professor, so I wanted, when I was introduced to critical reasoning 7 years ago, it was altogether a new topic, right? Guys, the power goes on and off, so as long as the router is in power, that's fine. In case there is a disconnection, please wait. I will join you through my mobile data. Okay, right. And now I have written a paper and I have sent it for a journal for publishing it. I haven't yet got the reply, but I wanted that to be a part of critical reasoning, to be a part of all subjects. Then only it will be interesting. See, for example, here we should use ocean water for drinking. Is that a fact or
Sir,
judgment?
suggestion.
It's suggestion or an opinion. We make suggestions because it is my judgment or opinion. Valentine's Day is on February 14th. It's a
Fact.
Fact.
fact. Women should be allowed to vote or should not be allowed to vote. What is that? It's an opinion or judgment. Some people might say women should not be allowed to vote, or some people say should be allowed to vote. Whatever it is, it all falls under opinions and everything. But fact is entirely different from opinions, judgments. In the previous class, one student said, "Sir, fallacy." Do you know the meaning of the word fallacy? There is a word fallacy, good word. Anybody knows the meaning of fallacy? F-A-L-L-C-Y, fallacy.
Sir, false it's accused.
Fallacy is?
False accuse it is.
Exactly. False, it's false. It is
Yes.
false conception of ideas due to incorrect reasoning. Many of us have misunderstood so many things on this in this world because of our incorrect reasoning of things. Every day you think about it through social media, Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or whatever. We are bombarded with information after information, and most of them are fake. Most of them are just opinions of different people. And unfortunately, many people start believing all the information to be true because it is shown on TV. Because Mr. Clement has said like this, or it is on YouTube. Because somebody speaks on YouTube doesn't mean whatever he says is true, guys. You can speak, I can speak. Doesn't mean that gives me the authority to say that whatever I say is true. We should have the reasoning ability to understand what I hear, what I listen to, whether it is true or not. You understand? For example, recently I have been doing a lot of research on this theory of evolution and the evidences of it and everything. Then I came to know it is not the theory of evolution is true and accepted by all scientists. How many of us are aware of it? Many people think theory of evolution has been proved without any question. No, it is not. Many renowned scientists in this world have questioned theory of evolution with valid scientific questions. Scientists from biology, for scientists from chemistry, physics, everything, everybody has questioned. But unfortunately, whoever is questioning theory of evolution is sidelined, which means somebody wants the world and the generation to believe we are all evolved from apes. But there are so many questions asked. But what do we do usually? Because we see them in the science books, we start believing everything is true. Because we see some apes in the image with the name of Lucy or whatever, we start believing these things are science and proved without any question. No. I found recently those evidences that they are trying to give us. Actually, there are a lot of unanswered questions raised by many scientists, and there are so many websites that are dealing with those questions. If you have time, please try to take time into it. I am not getting into it, but I am just giving it. Let us not believe anything that is given to us in the name of science and truth. Here is where our logical reasoning should be at work. And recently, not recently, a year ago, I came across another documentary where they try to tell us the more you spend your time on TV watching, binge watching, YouTube watching, something like that, where you do not allow your brain to work, then one part of the brain becomes so silent that the ability to reason, whenever an information is presented to us, one part of the brain should question it, whether it is a fact or false or whatever. But one part of the brain becomes silent. So what happens? People start believing everything, right? So we are going to look into critical reasoning later. Okay. Now, this is a small passage. All right. Can one of you read it for me? One student, please read it for me. Anyone, any volunteer. Should I call somebody from the group? Okay. Let me call Ashutosh Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Please read it. Please read it.
Okay, sir, but there might be a lot of background noise
It's okay.
here,
It's
sir.
okay. Okay, I
Okay.
understand.
Many organizations find it beneficial to employ students over the summer. Permanent staff often wish to take their own holidays over this period. Furthermore, it is not uncommon for companies to experience peak workloads in summer and so require extra staff. Summer employment also attracts students who may return as well qualified recruits to an organization when they have completed their education. Ensuring that students learn as much as possible about the organization encourages interest in working on permanent basis. Organizations pay the student on a fixed rate without the usual entitlement to paid holidays or bonus schemes.
Okay, thanks, Ashutosh. Now, what you are going to do, I will give you 1 minute time. I want all of you to understand this passage without any doubt. Okay, I am going to ask you 4 questions. I will not show you this passage, but I am going to ask you 4 questions from the passage. Without referring back to the passage, you must be able to give me the answer. Please read it for 1 minute, then I will ask you. Okay. Are you all set now? Now I'm going to ask you 4 questions. You should be able to answer. Right. Question number 1. Statement 1. It is possible that permanent staff who are on holiday can have their work carried out by students. What is the answer? True, false, concept.
True.
Very good. Very good. You are right. True. Because that's the time when they leave and they recruit students and the companies find it beneficial. Very good. Good reading. Statement 2. Students in summer employment are given the same paid holiday benefit as permanent staff.
False.
False.
Very good.
No.
False.
False.
False. You are right. You are right. Statement 3. Students are subject to the organization's standard disciplinary and grievance procedures.
True.
True.
Really?
Can't say.
Can't say. Let's go back to the passage. Where do you find that? See, standard disciplinary and grievance procedures. Give me evidence from the passage. Is it given there anywhere? No,
No, sir.
you don't. Right, you don't find it anywhere. So there is no information given in the passage. So you shouldn't say that false. You should say can't say, because there is no evidence at all to say whether it is a true statement or a false statement. Okay. Statement 4. Some companies have more work to do in the summer when students are available for vacation work.
True.
True, very good. How did you come to the conclusion true?
Did write that there's a peak load and work
Very
during
good,
the summer.
very good, very good, very good, good. So whatever we are dealing with now is very simple, am I right? I did not want to get into very difficult passages comprehension now. So this whole PPT is all about making you understand things better. What is this aptitude is all about? How this verbal aptitude is going to go on, right? I will stop this PPT and then show you a Word document. Give me 1 minute. Guys, give me one word that is equivalent to the word bucket. No answer. Are you able to hear my voice?
Pocket.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then why are you guys not able to get the word? Give me some word. Bucket?
So picture.
Okay, it is somewhere close to it. Very good. You would have, okay, I will give you a clue. You would have sung, learned rhyme in LKG, UKG, where they are talking about this word.
Pot.
Pail. Pail. What is that rhyme? Pail of water. Some rhyme is coming, right? Pail of water.
Yes, sir.
What rhyme is that? How does it start?
So check-in schedule.
Okay. So pail is bucket. Then trousers.
Pants.
Very good. Very good. Maybe.
Possible.
Very good. Perhaps. Forgive.
Pardon.
Very good. Very good. Separate. Easy.
Partition.
What is that?
Partition.
Partition or pot? Pot. Okay, that's enough. Likely.
Probably.
Probably. Or you can say possibly also. Annoy.
Irritate.
It should start with the letter P.
Problematic.
Annoy, exactly. There is a word in English. Exactly. Somebody is annoying me all the time. You annoy me. Some word that is equivalent to that?
Piss, piss.
Piss.
Okay. Okay, let me give you a better word, okay? Pester. I'm sorry, pester. Have you heard of this word, pester? You are pestering.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The word that you are using is informal, okay? I understand, but we use it informally. Formally, we cannot use it. You cannot send a mail to your client tomorrow, Mr. Client, you piss me off so much. No, don't say that, right? So you use some better words. That's why vocabulary is very important to us. Right. Good looking.
Pretty.
Pretty.
Very good. Very good. Picture.
Photo.
Photograph.
Portrait.
Portrait or photograph. Both are okay. Choose.
Pick.
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 Pick. Yeah. Ugly.
Pig.
What is that?
Pathetic.
Pathetic. Okay. Ugly and pathetic do not come closely, am I right? You.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Let's have the word plain. Okay. Plain. That's approximately the same word used starting with P. Go.
Proceed.
Very good.
Proceed.
Very good. Dish.
Plate.
Play.
Plate or platter. Both are okay. Plate or platter. Location.
Place.
Very good. Here. Stone.
So position also in
Pebble.
that.
Oh yes.
Pebble.
Pebble. Okay. Inactive.
Passive.
Passive. Very good. Fussy. Somebody is
Possessive.
somebody is so fussy about everything. What she is eating or what he is doing. Very fussy.
Particular.
Picky.
Particular.
Picky. Very picky. When do we call a person very picky? A person who is not satisfied easily, but he remains so picky about everything. You understand? So fussy, suffering.
Pain.
Very good. Pain. Castle.
Palace.
Very good. Gas. Gas.
Puff.
What is gasping? What is gasping? When you run for a while and then stop, what do we do? We gasp. Am I right? So what is another word that is equivalent to it? Exactly. But it starts with the letter P.
Pant.
And very good. Panting. And if you check, though we use the same word for the word trousers, there we used it as a noun. Here we are using it as a verb. So panting is also the same, gasping. Okay. Fear.
Panic.
Very good. Twosome.
Pair.
Pair. Pair.
Partner.
Artist.
Painter.
Painter. Sheet.
Fruit.
Sheet. Paper. Very good. Collection. Easy word. Easy word, guys. We use it every day.
Pile.
Pile. Okay. You can. Pile goes with the word heap. Am I right? What is the other word? Collection. When you go to a grocery store, you buy it. What is the word you use it?
Plethora.
Plethora of that. Okay. That's a big word to use here. Plethora. Pack. Simple word is pack.
Pack of.
Yeah, you are right. Very good, guys. Very good. Appreciate all the students who responded. Okay. Plethora is a good word, sir. I'm happy that you know that word. That's a good word to use, plethora.
So it's a Googled word.
Okay. Okay. But here pack is sufficient. Okay.
Sherlock.
So you start Googling it. You started Googling.
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay, right. Now, why did I give you this exercise? Why did I ask you this question? One thing is, you start thinking about the equivalent word, then automatically your brain becomes active now. You are able to remember some words. This is how you make sure your brain doesn't go into the passive mode, sleep mode. Usually I have seen students in the regular classes going into passive mode. They are in their own world. We can't help them. But this online system also has made it worse. Am I right? I don't even see what students are doing. Only some students respond. Some students, they are silent, but still they are trying to get answers. I don't say all silent students are not active. But I am happy there are some students like you who are responding to the questions and you are trying to answer my question. This will give you some real help. And keeping vocabulary in mind is not so easy. Today, this morning when I was traveling by bus, I came across a wonderful article. Somebody has written about how to build your article. This is not a normal thing, but this man has done a good research on how to pick vocabulary, because we may not use words like plethora or soporific in our day-to-day language. Am I right? So he says certain words are active, certain words in our brain is active because we use them very often. Many words are passive. We know the meaning, but we don't use them, right? There are so many other words totally unknown to us, and we'll pick them every day by reading this and that. So vocabulary plays an important role, and vocabulary is very important for all of us, not only for you. Even being an English professor, I do not claim that I know all the words in dictionary. No, there are so many words I don't know. Sometimes I have found the students have better vocabulary because they read a lot. So age or experience does not equal that. So it all depends on your interest towards it and how you pick vocabulary. But at the same time, we also must be careful that we don't use words like Sasi Tharoor in Twitter, that once you start reading, you don't even understand what he is trying to tell us. Am I right? So that is also not good. People should understand what I am trying to say. Because I know words and if I keep using it in my writing or speaking, people don't understand anything. What is the use of it? Every time I use such words and people don't understand, then communication problem starts, right? So that's also not the right thing to do. So I have given you some idea on this. From next week, we will get into the actual exercises of all this verbal aptitude so that you will get prepared for your examinations, right? CLA 1. Okay. Now let me take your attendance. You don't need to post in chat box. You can orally tell me. Okay? I will call the numbers. 51. Registration number 51. 52. Am I calling
51%. 51%.
51%. 52. 53.
Present, sir.
53. Okay. 54. 55.
Present, sir.
56.
57, sir. 57 present, sir.
Okay. 58.
58 present, sir.
Okay. 59.
Present, sir.
60.
Present, sir.
61. 62.
Present, sir.
63.
Present, sir.
64.